Howdy. Happy Friday, everybody. Well, if this doesn't give you spring fever, I don't know what will. Welcome to another edition of Time Out Overtime, exclusively on the Time Out Overtime channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. Try to get you caught up on everything that's going on in the world of sports as it pertains to us within the next 15 or 20 minutes. I'll sure do my darndest to do that. You know the drill by now. Get down on the corner, please, if you haven't done so yet, and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. College basketball, big win for Michigan State last night as they went to Mackey Arena in Purdue. Close game, but nevertheless, they did come out 2 points up on the Boilermakers. Big win for the Spartans. Yeah, the big win, impressive win. So what do they got now? They've got 3 games left. I believe they have a game in Indiana coming up. And then they'll have Rutgers at home. Then a week from Sunday, they'll finish out the regular season in Ann Arbor against the Wolverines. Michigan has a big game tonight at Illinois. Illinois has only lost, I think, 3 home games all year. Michigan has not lost a road game in the conference. So I don't know if you could call it, well, it was a road game because it was at a neutral site. They've got 2 losses this year, one at home to Wisconsin and the other one last Saturday in Washington, D.C. to Duke. So anyway, a win tonight for the Wolverines would secure the Big Ten regular season championship for them. I think it'd be their first since what, 2021, first and final, and of course the first for Dusty May, of course. So after tonight, the Wolverines have 3 games left. I believe they go to Iowa. Yeah, they've got Iowa, and they're playing, like I said, they're playing Illinois tonight. Then they go to Iowa, they'll come home, and they'll take on Michigan State a week from Sunday. By the way, March the 8th. Boy, well, where's the time going? I must remind you right now that a week from Sunday, we spring ahead. Is it possible? We spring ahead a week from Sunday, March the 8th? Yeah, we do. That means you lose an hour's sleep at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. on March the 8th. 2 a.m. will become 3 a.m. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to stay up till 2 a.m. to jump ahead to 3 a.m. or set your alarm for 2 a.m. and turn your clocks up an hour. No, you do that. You do that before you go to bed. Okay. Well, let's see. This morning the sun came out about 7:20 or 7:25. Okay. So that means it'll be March the 9th. It'll be daylight until about 8 o'clock. And it won't be getting daylight around here until about 8 o'clock in the morning. So you're just taking an hour from the morning and tacking it on to at night. That's simply all you're doing. But you like me? You wish they'd put it one way and leave it like that? Yeah. Just put it on daylight saving time, please, and forget about it after that. Just leave it that way. I wouldn't mind that. How do you feel about it? I got kind of sidetracked there, I guess. But so much for college basketball. Pistons play tonight at Little Caesars against the banged up, here we go again, the banged up Cleveland Cavaliers, who will be missing several key players tonight. Harden's got a busted thumb. I doubt very much he's going to play tonight. They got a couple other players out. That's it. Look, in regard to the game Wednesday night when they Thunder decided to seat so many of the regulars and put their G League team in there, how would you have felt? How would you have felt if you had bought your ticket to that game and paid good money for it a month or 2 ahead of time because you wanted to see the world champion Thunder because they're only here once a year playing the Pistons? You pay all this money for parking and tickets and concession, and of course the gas going, it's 200 miles round trip. And you get there only to find out that their G League is playing. You have no idea who these guys are. I don't know. You can't say they're tanking. You can't say they're tanking because it's relevant to them to have the best overall record for home court advantage, especially in the West. Right now, based on what I've seen against the Pistons, I'd have to say the Spurs will be representing the West in the NBA Finals this year. That's for us to find out. But there's Victor Wembanyama. After seeing him play, I'm convinced he's the MVP. And by the way, there should be a rule for MVPs. Should be a regulation or some type of a law that in order to be eligible to win the MVP award in the NBA, you have to play a minimum of 65 games. 65 games. You don't qualify to win the MVP. That's simply the way I think it should be. I'll bring this up tomorrow morning with Andy, float it by him and see what he thinks about it. But anyway, Pistons play tonight. Wings, big win for the Wings last night in overtime, 2-1 at Ottawa. Dylan Larkin scored both goals. John Gibson was magnificent again, stopping 26 of 27 shots. If it were not, Wings played a bad first period. They got down 1-0, but if it were not for Gibson, they should have been 3-0 at the end of the first period. The guy's been stellar. He's been elite this year. The trade deadline, NHL trade deadline is a week from today, March the 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Noon Pacific. I'm convinced Steve Yzerman will do something. Okay, by the way, it's good to see Simon Edmondson back again last night. He does make a difference. He does make a difference. I expect the Wings to do something, at least bring in another defenseman, perhaps veteran backup goalie. We'll see, but I will be shocked if Steve Yzerman does not do something at the trade deadline next Friday, March the 6th. Okay. All right, let's get our commercials out of the way here. Finish Line Family Restaurant. That's where I'm headed for dinner tonight, and I better see you there. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale has been a part of our community in this area now for the better part of 4 decades, more than 40 years. It has been the greatest, the best, it's not close, the best darn sit-down, good old-fashioned home cooking comfort food restaurant in our area now for many, many years. There's a reason why. First of all, the hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day except Friday when they're open till 8. You can eat fish. You can get it either baked or fried. You got an option there. It's good. It's good stuff. I mean, you won't find any better fish than at the Finish Line. They got a lot of new meals, including beef tips and noodles, Gavin's own special family recipe. That's great. Melts in your mouth. I've tried it. Tried everything there, all the new stuff. It's all, take it from me. This is testimonial, not a commercial. It's all good. It's all good. Award-winning breakfast served all day. You won't find a better breakfast anywhere. I can guarantee you that. Fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere. Plain old great food at very reasonable prices. You won't find a better sit-down restaurant in our area. And I really mean that. So when you fuel up from food at the Finish Line Family Restaurant, you will always finish first. I can promise you that. And damn well better see you there, okay? All right. You see me there, stop by and say hi, okay? Even if I'm eating. All right, okay. We're also brought to you in part by Barron Insurance. I got a question for you. Have you got your playbook ready for Medicare seniors? Do you? Don't let healthcare costs bench you. We're calling an audible with Joe Bruden at Barron Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. Whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, you're losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement healthcare costs. Now, businesses, what about businesses? Don't get sacked. Joe's got a group health plan coverage options for you too. Give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. You'll find him on the corner of US 12 and M99 in Jonesville. That's Joe Rubin Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000, barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. The baseball Tigers spring training, who cares? I don't even want to give the score out. They beat the Phillies today in Lakeland. What was it? 16-8. Typical spring training game. It was their first win of the year. Okay, what are they? 1-5 with 2 or 3 ties. Who cares? Just don't get anybody hurt. And that's where I have the bad news. Jack Flaherty was good today. He was good in his, what he pitched, 2 or 3 innings, I think. Gave up 100 run. AJ Hinch told the reporters, the beat writers this morning that Troy Melton, who has been complaining of having a sore arm, has not pitched at all yet this spring, will not be available for the start of the regular season. That's as far as that goes. To me, this doesn't sound good, and that's unfortunate. That's I fear another Tommy John. I really do, because the same thing happened to Job last April, I believe it was. You haven't heard any more about Jackson Jobe since then. Troy Melton, he was going to be an integral part of the bullpen this year. He would be making spot starts, and the future looked very bright for Troy Melton. And now who knows? Who knows? I don't know where we go from here, but we wish him the best of luck. Anyway, we really do. The NFL Combine continues in Indianapolis. I think it will run through next Monday or Tuesday. It's pretty hard to do a Lions. Pretty hard to handicap or do a Lions mock draft right now until you see what they're going to do in free agency, which starts in a couple of weeks. What is it, March 9th or 10th? That's when the NFL raises its curtains on the beginning of another season. It starts with free agency. I think the Lions will be active. I can almost guarantee you they're going to sign a veteran center. In spite of the fact that Taylor Decker says he's coming back next year, the big left tackle. I still expect the Lions at 17, regardless of whether they move up or down, to take an offensive lineman. There's a good chance they've got pick 17 in the first round. They've got pick number 50 in the second round. They do not have a third round pick. I think they have 2 fourth round picks. Possible that they could trade down in either the first or second round in order to get a third round pick. That's viable. It sounds like something Brad Holmes would do. I think, look, what are their needs? Offensive lineman, tackle, specifically a tackle. Again, it's hard to handicap this until you see what they do in free agency. Tackle, edge, linebacker, a Sam linebacker, or safety. And that's where the bad news comes in right here. Before we get to that, let's do one plug here for Quality PC downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street, 517-610-5372, 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, the only place around here to go for tech service needs. This is the place right here. Computers, flat screen TVs, internet installation, printers, anything at all. Get in there and see them. Tim Lindley and his staff more than capable of resolving any technical issues you may have. It's the only place to go. 37 Walter Street, downtown Hillsdale. 517-610-5372, Quality PC, or better yet, get in there and see them at 37 Walter Street. When you do, tell them Rick and Mickey sent you. Thank you very much. Now, it looks, as you saw in the headlines, the Lions may need an entirely new secondary this season, and that's unfortunate. I will read this to you. I'll try to paraphrase it. I don't like reading things on the air, but I'll do as best. I'll paraphrase it for you if I can. Terrion Arnold apparently is in trouble with the law. I want to point out up front, he hasn't been accused of anything. He hasn't been arrested. That much we know, okay? But he has been implicated in this. As of February 27th, that's today, Lions quarterback Terrion Arnold has not been arrested or charged with a crime. I just told you that. But his name has surfaced in a Florida court order regarding a serious investigation into a retaliatory armed robbery and kidnapping case. Now, his girlfriend has already been arrested. Here are the details regarding the situation. The incident following a robbery of an Airbnb rented by Arnold in Key Largo, where he reportedly lost $100,000 in cash, an $80,000 necklace, $80,000 necklace, and an NFL issued phone. It is alleged that he and his associates took matters, entourage, call it whatever you want to, took matters into their own hands. What has been alleged? Prosecutors allege that Arnold's associates orchestrated a retaliatory ambush on February the 4th of this year in Tampa by luring people they suspected of stealing from him to an apartment. The incident allegedly involved armed, violent kidnapping and interrogation. Yeah, they took matters into their own hands, all right. Arnold's involvement. Now, where does he come in on all this? According to court documents, specifically a 7-page order from Hillsborough County Circuit Court Judge J. Logan Murphy, Arnold was present in a car ride where the retaliation was planned by Bouquet Hilton, one of the arrested suspects. He's already been arrested. Status of the case, while Arnold is linked to the plot, he has not been formally charged with anything right now. 5 other individuals, including associates, and as I said, his girlfriend, have been arrested in connection with the kidnapping and the robbery. The situation is described as a developing story. Okay, now I've just got you caught up on that. That's all we know. Obviously, the NFL will have to do their thorough investigation on this, but it does not look good for Terrion Arnold. Brian Branch with his Achilles, if he does come back, it'll be after Halloween. And how effective will he be? Kirby Joseph, you know, from where the way Dan Campbell spoke a few days ago, unfortunately, it sounds like his career may be over, and that's a shame. But we don't know a whole lot about it yet. I think Dan Campbell said it'll be 6 to 8 weeks before they have a better picture of this, if you will. But it doesn't look good. That leaves them with DJ Reed, who was having a good year last year until he went down. Was it an ACL? No, was it a sprained ankle or Achilles? No, I believe it was a high ankle sprain. When he came back, he was not very effective. He played much better before he got hurt. They may be looking at a whole new secondary. That's not good. That's not good at all. No. So we'll follow these developments and try to keep you up to date on them as best we can. Okay. I think I've got you all caught up. Give us a listen tomorrow morning here locally with Andy on Time Out, 92.1 FM WCSR. We will have Blake Ryan and his coach on, wrestling coach from Jonesville High School. Blake will be participating in the state wrestling championships next weekend at Ford Field. we wish him luck, of course, and we'll have Mid Studio tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We look forward to that. I'll talk to you all again then on Monday. No,